Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
And welcome back for the next exciting, fun-filled 15-minute segment of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Always something good here.
Yeah, I'm Dave Gabbard, one of your co-hosts. I'm the information guy here for Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency in West Tennessee, or as I call myself, the Minister of Propaganda.
Yeah.
And got across from him my other brother, Darryl.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Gene
Mr.
Smith.
Gene Smith.
Live and in the studio.
Our head guru and everything. And this segment, we're going to, like we always this time of year.
It's that time,
yeah. You got Ernie on the line for us, Stuart?
I do.
Okay,
right,
Ernie.
yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Talking to Ernie Lentz, Land Use Program Manager at Butler Lake, down there close to Coldwater, Mississippi. And this is, the year rolls around quick, doesn't it, Ernie?
It sure does. It picks up speed after summer.
Right. Ernie's been hosting, this is the 27th annual Butler Lake Physically Challenged Deer Hunt coming up. And are you excited, ready to go?
Chomping at the bit. We have started preparations on the hunt camp, and all the stands are ready to go. Saw some deer yesterday when I was down in the woods working on stands and stuff, so the juices are definitely flowing.
All right.
And I know, you got it coming up December the 7th through the. Is that a little earlier than you normally have it? I'm trying to remember. Or,
actually, it's about a week later than
a week later. Okay. Well,
Knew something was different.
I knew something was different. Must be the moon phases or something on me. But tell us, our listeners out there who maybe don't know anything about your hunt.
Well, this is a hunt for those that are mobility impaired. In order to qualify for this hunt, you have to be a paraplegic, quadriplegic, or ambulatory with the use of leg braces, crutches, such as that. And it's a management tool that we use to manage our deer herd in this 1,000-acre no-hunting area. This is the area that they're hunting is where our nature trails are. So this is the only time of the year that this area is hunted. And so we use this hunt to manage that herd to keep a healthy and sustainable herd. And it also provides a unique opportunity for these guys who get to do something that most of us take for granted.
And I know that you have an excellent corps of volunteers, because this is not really a one-person show when you're talking about this.
No, sir. We've got have a lot of volunteers, and we do. We average between 20 to 25 volunteers a year, and that's enough to get us through. We could always use more, and we're thankful for folks that come out and help us, like Mr. Frank Barton comes out and brings some of his unique buggies from Barton Power Sports and just makes it a whole lot easier for us to get these guys in and out of the woods. And, when you're talking about somebody who's in a wheelchair that you got to get them out in a stand, it takes a lot.
Right.
So we can use everybody we get.
And understand that, do you've got a full quota this year of hunters? I'm
actually short. I had 61 folks apply, and I can hunt 64.
Oh, okay.
So, and I don't know why. Normally, I have more than enough and run a standby list because I want to have some guys cancel out. Little things mean a lot to these guys.
Oh, yeah.
If they get a pressure sore or something of that nature, it knocks them out of coming and participating. So I normally have about a dozen or so cancel before the hunt because of health issues and everything. And, of course, health comes first. This hunt's been here for 27 years, and hopefully it'll be, another 27 before, so we want them to be healthy and everything. So, as it stands, if I have somebody cancel and I don't have anybody to plug into that spot, then it starts, messing with my management tool part of it.
Right.
Correct.
And,
Yeah.
I've got to have hunters in the woods in order to harvest deer.
Right.
And, what's the normal success rate for your hunters on this? I know, it seems like hopefully the weather will change, by the time the hunt rolls around. But, this exceptionally warm weather, I know up here for our archery and muzzleloading seasons, it's, our harvest is, about 3,000 down totally across the state. But what is usually a normal success rate for your
about
hunters?
50%
Okay.
of somebody getting a deer. I mean, everybody sees deer.
That's good.
And, of course, a lot of these guys, like I said, we just take it for granted. I got a guy that's in a chair that weighs 600 pounds. He's confined to that chair, and the only thing he can move is his head or maybe his arms. It's a challenge for him to get that gun, get the sights on the deer, and to hit. So, everybody sees deer, and most everybody ends up, getting a shot. But we harvested 26 deer last year,
Yeah.
and so that was a good year. We need to try to move out of this herd about 40 deer a year, and so it's a challenge, but it's
At least they're out
something
there.
that we look forward to, and the guys, when they come in and they see deer and they got a shot, and the big one that's there's always a big one that gets away.
Exactly.
And so,
yeah.
So
Got a
they're
good
chomping
story.
at the bit to get back to it. I want that. Put me back in that stand because I'm going to get that big one this
There
year.
you go.
And but do a lot of your hunters camp? On this hunt?
They do. Because we run the hunt camp out of the camping ground, so they pull up to a spot and hook up, and many will stay in campers, some stay in tents, and those who can't do either or, they'll stay in a hotel, pretty close by.
Right.
And, we've got a sleep tent that we can house 8 folks in. That's got beds, and we got a heater in there and stuff, and so that's always on a first come first served basis.
And are they just allowed to take one deer?
No, sir. They can leave here with 4 deer out of the 2 days that they're allowed to hunt, 1 buck and 3 does.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. That's
Well,
great.
that's good. That way, you got an opportunity to, as they say, bring the meat home with you.
Yeah, you got some people from out of the state too, don't you?
We do. It used to be pretty nationwide that we would get our pool of hunters from back in the early days when we were we were one of the first to do this, so we had folks coming from all over the country. Now it's more regionalized because there's hunts like this all over the place. So
And that's good. That's good.
So we get most of our hunters. I think I've got like 5 guys coming from Louisiana. I've got guys from Tennessee and Missouri, Arkansas. I don't think I have any from Alabama this year, Mississippi. So it's just regionalized now, and that's a good thing. I'm glad that they're getting the opportunities, around the country and all. So it's a good thing.
And this is great concept. What was the were y'all just sitting around one day thinking, hey, we need to do this?
Well, actually, the hunt was started by Dean Hunter. He was a Vietnam vet, disabled vet, who we recognized the problem we were having. The browse line was way up there, and it used to be it was not uncommon to go through the park and see a herd of 40 deer out there.
Wow, yeah.
And so when the chronic wasting disease started up and everything, the fear came that, hey, this may happen here one day if we don't do something about it. So the tool was, well, let's have a special hunt. And of course, being a disabled vet and everything, what better way to offer this than to do this for this, this group of people. And so we have a lot of vets. I've got 2 wounded warriors who will be hunting this year with me, and so it's just changed over the years. 27 years. We've done a lot of things that we now look back and say, "Whoa, we're lucky we didn't get somebody hurt," because we were trying to make it as true a hunting experience as it is. And then back in the early days, we used to put them up in ladder stands up in the up against a tree, and so we'd take a couple guys that put them on their shoulders, and we'd carry them up those steps and put them up there, and they'd be there until we come back to get them down. And we did that for a couple of years, and then we said, that's probably not a good thing.
No, that's and everything, but and that's what I want to stress to our listeners out there, that this is a hunt, and it's a nice hunt, but for people like us who's in the habitat more or less business, deer, you got to have this management tool, because deer is one animal that will literally eat themselves out of house and home.
Yeah.
And everything, and the damage that they would do to your area down there, would take years to recover from that. So,
well, and you're right, it has. When we first started the hunt, it was almost like hunting in a zoo. There were so many deer. Now we've got it down to a manageable herd that it's more like actual hunting. Like I said, everybody sees deer, but not everybody gets a shot or a good shot. And the other thing is if anybody's ever seen a deer that dies from blue tongue or one of these other diseases, they'll understand the need for managing.
Right.
Yeah, they suffer a whole lot. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we sure appreciate you taking time with us this morning, and we wish you, me and my brother Darrell, and I know Larry, we wish your hunt all the best and be very successful, and maybe you'll look out and it'll cool off.
Yeah.
But
that's what we're hoping for. I know Larry's trying to get one this morning. This is a warm morning to be out there trying to get a deer.
Right.
Yes, it is.
And Larry, I told him he needed an extra rock in his pocket because the way the wind's gusting out there. But we sure appreciate you taking time with us. Maybe after the hunt we'll get Larry to schedule to check in and see how it went.
Be glad to. Hey, guys, I appreciate y'all.
Okay, well, we enjoyed having you. Be safe out there. And Ernie Lentz, Land Use Program Manager down there at Arca Butler Lake, got his special physically challenged hunt.
That's a great hunt.
It is. It's a great hunt. And like you said, it's a, excellent, it's a management tool. And
as long as you just see a deer, the guys get out like that.
In the Memphis area, Shelby Farms is experiencing,
right, yeah.
They're going to have to come up with some type of solution, listening to the conversations.
Yeah, I've seen several
there.
people the deer hit cars out there.
And everything. Yeah. So, but I hear music.
Yep.
I see Stuart pointing at us, so I guess it's break time again. So get up. Take a break. Go get you another cup of coffee. I need to push coffee.
They'll be wired, won't they?
And come back for the next segment of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee.